Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, we've got something really exciting to talk about, the 2000 D1 cent coin. You may be thinking, it's just another penny, right? Well, you might be surprised. Stick with us because we're about to uncover the fascinating story behind this particular coin and why it could be worth far more than its face value. And yes, we're talking about a potential worth of $149 million. Sounds crazy, doesn't it? Let's dive in. First, let's talk about where this penny comes from. The 2000 D1 cent coin was struck at the Denver Mint in the year 2000. This coin was part of the regular series of 1-cent coins produced for circulation, but it was minted at a time when there was a lot happening both in the world and in the coin world. So, why does this particular penny hold a special place in history? The 2000 D penny features the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial, a design that was used from 1959 until 2008. But as simple as it looks, this penny has a story that might just surprise you. The year 2000 marked the beginning of the new millennium, and while everyone was focused on the turn of the century, something else was happening in the world of coins. The US Mint was preparing to commemorate the new century with a variety of special coin designs. This included the release of the State Quarters program, which launched in 1999 and ran through 2008, highlighting each of the 50 states. While the penny didn't get a special redesign like the State Quarters, it was still produced in large quantities to meet the demand for everyday circulation. In fact, in the year 2000 alone, the Denver Mint struck over 5 billion pennies. Now, here's where things start to get interesting. While most 2000 D pennies are worth their face value, just 1 cent, a small number of these coins were struck with rare minting errors. Coin errors are an exciting part of the hobby because they can sometimes make a seemingly ordinary coin worth a small fortune. One of the most sought-after errors associated with the 2000 D penny is the double die variety. A double die error occurs when the die used to strike the coin shifts or strikes more than once, creating a double image of the design on the coin. In the case of the 2000 D penny, a double die error could appear in the date, lettering, or even on parts of Lincoln's portrait. Coins with these types of errors are often highly prized by collectors, and some can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on the extent of the error and the coin's condition. Now, let's get to the really big question: could a 2000 D penny really be worth $149 million? That sounds like a stretch, right? After all, it's a penny. But here's where things get speculative, and a little bit mind-blowing. While it's highly unlikely that any 2000 D penny will ever actually sell for $149 million, this figure is based on a combination of rare coin market trends and the growing demand for certain high-quality and rare coins. Some reports have pointed to the extreme rarity of certain types of mint errors, suggesting that a perfect example of the 2000 D double die error, if found in exceptional condition, could eventually fetch a price in the millions. Think about it this way: rare and high-quality coins with minting errors, especially those that are in pristine condition and certified by grading companies, have sold for enormous amounts of money at auction. The most famous example is the 1933 Double Eagle, which sold for $7.6 million in 2002. If a 2000 D penny with a unique error and perfect condition ever hit the market, there's no telling how high the bidding could go. So, what factors would contribute to a 2000 D penny being worth millions? Well, here's a breakdown of the key factors. First and foremost, the coin would need to have a significant error, like a double die or another rare minting flaw. The rarer and more noticeable the error, the higher the value. Second, the condition of the coin is critical. A coin that's in mint or near mint condition, without wear or damage, will always fetch more money than a worn-out, circulated penny. Third, professional certification by reputable grading companies like PCGS or NGC adds immense value to any coin. A certified coin with a recognized error is far more valuable than one that's not graded. So, how can you tell if you have a valuable 2000 D penny on your hands? Let's take a look at a few things to watch for when checking your pennies. First, check the date and the letters for any signs of doubling. Look closely at the 2000 and D mint mark, as these are common areas for the era. If you notice a faint shadow or a clear duplication of the numbers or letters, you might have found a double die variety. Next, check for any unusual cracks, die breaks, or other imperfections that could make the coin stand out. These types of errors are rare, but they can make your 2000D penny worth more than just a penny. So, in conclusion, while most 2000D pennies are worth exactly 1 cent, certain rare errors can make them worth much more. And while a $149 million sale is certainly an exaggeration, the reality is that rare coins, especially those with minting errors, can command some truly incredible prices. Who knows? Maybe you've got one of these rare pennies hiding in your change jar. Thanks for watching today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more coin-related content. Until next time, keep hunting for those hidden treasures, and remember, in the world of rare coins, anything can happen. Happy collecting, and see you in the next video. Next 2015 D1 cent USA coin today, we're exploring a coin that might seem ordinary at first glance, but trust us, it's far from it. The 2015 D1 cent coin has piqued the interest of collectors and investors alike. You might be thinking, it's just a penny, right? But stick around because we're about to uncover the fascinating story of this seemingly ordinary coin and how it could be worth far more than just its face value, potentially even $134 million. Sounds unbelievable. Let's get into it. Let's start with the basics. The 2015 D1 cent coin was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the US Mint's primary facilities. It's part of the regular coinage produced for circulation, but like many coins, its story is deeper than just being part of the everyday change we carry in our pockets. In fact, the penny has been a part of the US economy since 1793, and it's undergone a variety of design changes over the years. So, what makes the 2015 D penny special? On the obverse, you see the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that's been in circulation since 1909. On the reverse, you'll find the shield design, introduced in 2010 to replace the iconic Lincoln Memorial. The 2015 D penny is just another year in the ongoing tradition, but there's more to this coin than meets the eye. In 2015, the US Mint produced a massive number of 1 cent coins, to the tune of 8.8 billion pennies. This high production number made the 2015 D penny quite common in circulation, but it was also the year when many people started noticing something unusual about certain coins, particularly with regard to errors or flaws in the minting process. While the majority of 2015 D pennies were released into circulation for everyday transactions, certain unique examples began to pop up, sparking the interest of coin collectors. Even though millions of these coins were produced, a small number of them have been found to have rare and valuable minting errors that could increase their value dramatically. And this is where the excitement for collectors really begins. Let's talk about the most significant factor that could make the 2015 D penny worth more than its face value: minting errors. Minting errors are one of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting. These errors happen when the machinery used to strike coins malfunctions, leaving behind unique and often rare mistakes that can increase a coin's value by hundreds or even thousands of dollars. One of the most notable errors found in 2015 D pennies is the double die variety. Double die errors occur when the coin die, which is used to imprint the design onto the coin, shifts slightly during the minting process. This results in a coin that looks as if it's been struck twice, leaving behind a visible doubling of the design, whether it's the date, lettering, or Lincoln's portrait. If you have a 2015 D penny with a double die error, you could be looking at something worth far more than just 1 cent. These errors are highly sought after, and depending on the severity and visibility of the doubling, these coins can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So, let's talk about the big number, $134 million. Is a 2015 D penny really worth that much? Well, while no 2015 D penny has ever actually sold for that much, this figure comes from a hypothetical scenario based on the rarity and desirability of certain coin errors. It's a sensationalized figure that has been used to grab attention and spark excitement in the coin collecting world. Let's put this into perspective. The 1933 Double Eagle, which was a rare gold coin, sold for $7.6 million in 2002. And other extremely rare coins, such as the 1913 Liberty Head nickel, have sold for over $4 million. So, while the $134 million price tag is a bit exaggerated, it's not entirely out of the realm of possibility for a truly perfect example of the 2015 penny with an era to fetch an extraordinary price at auction. Rare coins, particularly those with unique eras, can sometimes fetch astronomical prices at auction. So, while $134 million may be unlikely, the possibility of a record-breaking sale for a perfect 2015 penny with a significant era is always there. So, what are the key factors that could lead to a 2015 penny becoming a high-value coin? Here are the main things to consider. First and foremost, the coin needs to have a minting era. Whether it's a double die era, a die crack, or another unusual flaw, these errors make the coin stand out and drive up its value. Second, the coin's condition is incredibly important. Coins that are in mint condition, meaning they've been well preserved and show little to no signs of wear, are far more valuable than those that have been heavily circulated. Third, certification by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC is essential. Certified coins are generally considered more valuable because they've been professionally graded and verified as authentic and in the stated condition. Now, let's talk about how to identify a valuable 2015 penny. If you want to check your own pennies for possible minting errors, here's what to look for. Start by closely examining the date on the obverse side of the coin. The double die error usually shows up in the numbers, where you'll see a noticeable doubling effect. This might appear as a shadow or a faint second imprint of the numbers or letters. Next, check for die cracks. These are small lines or fractures that appear on the coin surface, often near the edges or around the lettering. While die cracks are not as valuable as double die errors, they can still make your coin more interesting and valuable. Finally, assess the overall condition of the coin. If you have a well-preserved 2015 penny, it could be worth more than just 1 cent, even without any significant errors. So, in conclusion, while most 2015 pennies are worth exactly 1 cent, there are rare examples with minting errors that can be worth significantly more, sometimes hundreds or thousands of dollars. And while $134 million may be a bit of a stretch, the idea of finding a truly rare and valuable 2015 penny is enough to get any collector excited. Who knows? The next time you check your change, you might just find a penny worth far more than a single cent. Thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more coin content. Until next time, keep searching for those hidden treasures and remember, in the world of rare coins, anything can happen. Happy collecting, and see you in the next video.